Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well and having a good start to your week after the beautiful weather we've been having most of this weekend just gone. Thank you to everybody that subscribed over the last couple of days. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm hoping some of you guys are returning subscribers that unsubscribed because I wasn't making any content. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's great to see you. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. It's great to have you back. However, 2/3 of you guys that have been watching the content over the last few weeks are not subscribed to the channel, so please do hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell and set the settings onto all so you get to know when new content is going up. The main purpose of this video is that Daniel Kretinsky went to the press, which was released yesterday in the Times, which kind of covers what was said on the club website statement on Saturday. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is obviously I want to talk to you guys about both. I do feel that, yes, they do overlap with each other, but at the same point, I do kind of hope, I do wish that what Kretinsky said to the press, he could have said on the club statement as well. Now, the club statement starts off by talking about the O'Sullivan stuff. I'm going to ignore that because it's just completely irrelevant and I'm fed up of hearing about it. It says, as shareholders and directors of West Ham, our focus is now firmly on protecting the future of this football club. Our goal is to stabilise West Ham United, retain as many of our key players as possible, and, under the management of Nuno Espirito Santo, secure an immediate return to the Premier League. We are also committed to engaging with our fans and all business partners to build a stronger future for our club. We have already taken concrete steps toward this goal. Now, I love that idea, right? Because the business partners include the sponsors, okay? Now, obviously, there's going to be concerns from Boyle Sports. A lot of the sponsors, well, probably all the sponsors, basically what's happened over the last 7 to 8 days. But also I understand that the recruitment team and the analytics side of the team as well have been spoken to by the temporary CEO in charge, saying that your jobs are fine. I love that. Again, there's a proof in the pudding that there's a long-term plan here coming, guys. There really, really is. And it says, as such, we have reached agreement on the key terms of a share purchase transaction between the Gold family and 1890 Holdings, which, subject to other shareholders' preemption rights and necessary approvals, would make 1890 Holdings brackets part of the broader group EP bracket. I'm going to look into find out exactly what that is. The largest shareholder in West Ham with an approximately 43% stake. So basically, Kretinsky and Vanessa Gold coming together. As the largest shareholder, Group EP will be able to provide the additional financing the club needs. Now, this is where I'm wondering, is this going to be the £90 million that everyone's been talking about that Kretinsky is going to put into the club within the next couple of weeks to balance the books as quickly as possible? We'll have to wait and see. But let's move on from this, shall we? We expect to finalise this transaction in the next couple of weeks. So basically, what everybody's been saying is that he's now in charge. It's not true. He may have the conversation saying that, but until it actually goes through, that he's not actually in charge of the club. I mean, nobody really is in charge of the club at the moment because there is no overall owner. Yes, there's a majority shareholder, but as I mentioned in previous videos, that has to be 51% plus in order to be classed as owners, and that's the real majority shareholder, because that means that amount of shares, nobody else can match your stake in the shares. That's basically what it is. Stake in the club. That's basically what it is. Once the agreement is complete, Group EP and the Gold family have also agreed to vote jointly on key matters and support the strategy targeting an immediate return to the Premier League. Alongside Daniel Kretinsky and Vanessa Gold, the other shareholders, namely Trip Smith, Daniel Harris and Terry Brown, yes, Terry Brown's still on the board, are fully aligned on this strategy and stabilising the club. We are taking these steps because West Ham United needs to be truly united at this moment in its history. We believe that a strong coalition of fans, players, management and the board, I hate that word coalition, it never really works out, we've seen that previously, is essential to securing the bright future the club deserves. We are absolutely committed to playing our part. Now, I absolutely love that, but that basically means that whatever David Sullivan says, I want to do this, everybody else is going to go, nope, not happening. This is what we're doing. On your bike, Dave. quite frankly. Now let's have a look at the statement that, or sorry, the interview that the Times put up yesterday, basically with Kretinsky. And even they confirm West Ham do not need to sell best players. Daniel Kretinsky, who is set to become the club's largest shareholder, promises financial backing to ensure a quick return to the Premier League, but may still face a power struggle. The quote is, "We have a very credible strategy. We don't need to sell the players for financial reasons. We are doing this to make sure we are promoted back to the Premier League immediately. That is our only goal. Key players are waiting for us. They want to see there is a real chance of keeping the squad together. What matters is funding, strategy, and consistency." Now, before I finish the rest of the quote, that goes back to this bloody stupid business talk of alignment that that Graham Potter was talking about previously. To continue the quote, "We have spoken to all of them. They need to see that our project is real and serious. Promotion is our only goal." Now, basically, because that's been reiterated twice, even though it's a reinforcement, I'm a little bit dubious about that, to be honest with you. But if you guys aren't, let me know, that's fine. But I slightly am, because they're reinforcing that. And a source close to Kretinsky has said, "We have a clear path to total control. We are already the de facto management of the club." So basically, the top dogs, basically. So yeah, this is very, very good news. As I say, I don't know why this clarification that was done in the Times, why that couldn't be put up on the club's website, but it is what it is. But as I say, everything is showing that there is finally a proper strategy involved. How long is that going to take? That's the question. Now, of course, with the club statement, the club finances being the way that they are, this is going to be very entertaining to see what's happening on this. It really, really will be. But guys, I'm very, very happy with this, because as I said about when we're talking about bringing in the new director of football, and I mentioned it most recently on the podcast as well when we were talking about it, guys, this club has to have a vision involved before appointing a director of football. Yeah, they have to have a brand new strategy as well when looking at the recruitment, because that everything is so mashed in together. I don't think it's always going to be the case it's going to work out perfectly first time round. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be players that are coming in that we're going to be losing out. Sorry, there are going to be players that should be coming in that we're going to be losing out on because of whatever reason. But I'm hoping now that we're going to be back to, I'm hoping we're basically going to be back to where we were 15 years ago, where, so, like, for example, when Sam Allardyce came in, cleared out all of the shit, that club statement's already gone up. Guys, if you want to go and watch that video, then by all means click the card that's up here. And there was a strategy in place to bring in the right players to get us promoted at the Championship. And we did it just. Really, definitely just. But it was there. That's the point. It was there. It hasn't been for a good few years. It sounds like it's coming in again. So guys, this is phenomenal good news. And as I say, thank you to everybody that subscribed. I really do appreciate it. If you want to purchase some retro gear from the channel sponsor, 3retro.com, there is the link in the description as well. But I'll also put a card up. No, actually, no, I won't put a card up, but just click the link in the description below. It will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear and some very nice casual gear in claret and blue as well. Track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts, t-shirts, you name it. Really, really nice. If you're not a West Ham supporter, please still click the link, because you can go change, you know, gritted teeth. If there's any Spurs fans watching, you can go onto the Spurs section and you'll still be helping the channel here, because basically what's happens is when you make a purchase through the link in the description, you'll be, that commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending on to the charity, as I always have been, Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're basically based in the Newham area. I was about to say Newcastle then. They're based in the Newham area. They're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex Council and the county and further afield of that matter as well for that. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt. You'll be saving yourself a few quid. You really will. 3retro do decent set prices, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. But guys, thank you very, very much for watching. As I say, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe, and it'd be nice to get some more numbers in. It's been phenomenal growth over the last couple of days. I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, let's all be united as a fan base. For those that are savvy, you know what I'm talking about. But in the meantime, look after yourselves, and I will see you very, very soon. And I hope I'm going to try and find a subject to talk about the podcast on the upcoming podcast as well. It might be in relation. In actual fact, no, the podcast that will be going up tomorrow, that will be in relation to this. Just expanding on a little bit. But in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you soon. All the best now.